Hey lovelies, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kendrick if you are new here. It is so nice to have you here. Today I'm going to be doing a super requested video and I'm going to be showing you guys how I edit my YouTube thumbnails. So this video has been requested a lot recently since my channel has grown a lot, so I thought I would share with you how I make my thumbnails just so that you guys can have some inspiration and learn a little bit on editing thumbnails and apps that are free for iPhone that are really great. All of these apps are free for iPhone and they make really great thumbnails, so I'm super excited to show you guys. So without further ado, let's just get right into the video. Alright, so I'm going to be screen recording on my phone and then so that you can see exactly what's going on and everything. So first thing you need to do when you're making a thumbnail is to have a picture in mind. So we're going to edit my Christmas wish list video. I already posted that, so definitely check it out if you're interested. So I screenshotted a few pictures from my video. So these are the options. I think I'm going to go with this one. And so at first what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in settings and make sure that it is 16 by 9. That is the dimension that you need for YouTube videos. So that's what I'm going to use. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my app called VSCO. I'm going to open up VSCO. VSCO is just a super fun editing app. I'm going to import the picture that I want and go to edit that. Just gonna make sure that the dimensions are right again because it's super important to have the correct dimensions. And what I usually do when I edit my pictures in VSCO is just make them a little bit brighter. So I'll go into exposure and see depending on what the picture is. This picture is already pretty white, so I'm actually going to turn the exposure down a little bit because it's already super bright. I'm going to bring the contrast up a tiny bit. There's no like exact percentages for how much I do. I just kind of go with how I feel. And then saturation, I bring that up just a tiny bit. If you bring it up a lot, you'll be super orange. I just want to have a little bit more color to my face depending on what the thumbnail is. It just makes it a little bit brighter. And that's usually what I do. That's pretty much it for editing the actual picture itself, and then I will go and save that to my camera roll and we are ready to get into the text. So the next app I'm using is called Fonto. It's free in the App Store and it's a great app. So I'm just importing my picture and now it's time to add text. I always use the same font, which is Helvetica Bold Oblique. I use this in my YouTube videos and in my thumbnails. So there are so many great fonts though that you can download for free. These are some of my favorite fonts that you can use. I usually just use the same font, but there are so many great ones out there that are free to download. I'm gonna title this thumbnail my Christmas wish list 2020. So what I usually do is I'm gonna go into stroke and make the stroke red and turn up the width a little bit so you can see it better. Then I go into style and shadow, and I usually just pick the first shadow. That's what I usually do. Then I go into spacing and I like to bring it a little bit together. I find that this makes the text a little bit more compressed so you can fit more. I'm gonna change the space between wish list, just make it one word. And then I will shrink the text to fit the screen and move it to center. I like to curve my text. It just makes it fit a little bit better, but sometimes I curve it, sometimes I don't. And then again, I will move it to the top and just kind of move it to where I want it to fit. And there we go. So now I'm going to save that to my camera roll again. And now it is time to add some little pictures on the screen, and I use PixArt to do this. So I'm just gonna go into PixArt and bring in my picture. Then I go into sticker and then I'm just going to search what pictures I want. So in this video I talked about saving up money for a car. So I'm going to search car and see what shows up and choose a picture like that. If there's a little crown next to it, it means that it's only for the premium version. So if you don't have the premium version, there are still lots of great stickers for non-premium. So I'm just going to add the car in the corner, then I'm going to add the plus button and keep adding more stickers. So I also talked about sweaters. Oh, okay. I'm going to do hoodie. I'm going to search hoodie and see what comes up. I'm going to use this one because I talked about tie-dye hoodies. So I'm just going to shrink that and put that next to me. And then I'm going to add a Starbucks cup because I also talked about Starbucks cups. This thumbnail is going to be a little bit different than the actual thumbnail I chose for the video, but you get the idea of like how I do it and everything like that. I also talked about phone cases, so I'm going to search phone case and I like this one, so I'm going to shrink that and fit it on the screen. I'm gonna make this car a little bit smaller because it doesn't need to be taking up this much space. Make the phone case a little bit bigger, tilt it a bit, and that is basically how I make thumbnails with a bunch of pictures on it. That's a little bit, it's a little bit different from what the actual thumbnail looks like because I'm doing this after I did the thumbnail for it. So it's a little bit different, but you get the idea on how I add text and stuff like that. Now, I got a lot of questions on how I make thumbnails like this one. This one is from my productive morning routine. Also, you should check that out. And so first I choose the pictures that I want, and then I go into Mold IV, and that is just an app where I like to use the collage. So I will go to collage, and depending on how many pictures I have, I will choose a layout. So I'm going to choose this one, and first I'm going to adjust the frame to 16 by 9. Then I'm going to adjust the spacing so that it's full, then add the pictures that I want. So I'm just gonna add in some pictures. I'm gonna add the same pictures that I added for that thumbnail just because I know that the pictures already look good together. And now that the pictures are in, I can just rearrange and move in pictures and zoom in a little bit if I want to. So now that I have a thumbnail layout that I like, I'm just going to save that as standard. Then I will usually go into Visco and edit that again just to bring up the saturation a little bit and the brightness and whatever I want to do for that. Then it is time to go to Fonto again. So I'm going to go to Fonto and I'm going to bring in the picture that I want, and I'm going to add text. So I'm going to do productive morning routine because that's obviously the name of the video. And I'm going to do the same thing I did last time. I'm going to do a stroke, but this time it's just going to be black. I'm going to make it about the width about 3. Then I'm going to go to style, add a shadow. The shadow really helps to bring it into the foreground so it's easier to read the text. And then I'm going to go into the spacing to bring the letters a little bit closer together so you can fit more. Then I have my text. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger, move it to the center, and I'm gonna curve it because I think it's gonna look fun curved. Move it again just to fit. Then I'm gonna add a little fun text on the side just to, you know, make it fun. And I'm just gonna do 7 a.m. Gonna do the same and give it a stroke and then a shadow. Just gonna place it right there, and then I'm gonna add an arrow. So you're just gonna go into text and then symbol. You can see there's so many symbols here. I'm just gonna choose this arrow and add a stroke and a shadow, and then I'm gonna go to tilt and tilt it around so that I can bring it to the angle that I want. This is a little bit too much. You can really have fun with this and do whatever you would want to make your thumbnail the way you want it to be. So that's kind of a little rough idea. And then I just save it and then I'm ready to go. So that is how I edit my thumbnails. I'm starting a series on my channel where I show you guys all the things about starting a YouTube channel, like editing and tips on how to grow your channel. I have a video on how to grow your YouTube channel. I have a video coming out soon about how I edit my videos, and then I also have a video about how to make money on YouTube that is coming out soon. So let me know if you want this to be a series because I'm definitely thinking about you guys and helping you guys out a little bit. I hope this video was helpful. Comment down below if you have any questions. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!